Okay, guys. I apologize for that. I was gonna. Woo. Sorry about that, guys. I am so very sorry. Sorry. I apologize. Um, I think my son was messing with my damn computer, and um, uh, yes. This. First of all, welcome. Yes, this episode is dedicated to Hustler 604. He's the one who gave me the resources to do this, and I promised him that I would, so I'm here. So bear with me one quick sec. Can everybody hear me? Okay, give me a one if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Uh, all right, perfect. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Perfect. Uh, Give me one sec. Um, There with audio. All right. All right, guys. We're going to talk today. We're going to be talking about the 2.5 million dollar settlement of I believe his name is Michael Valdez. And again, disregard. This story is brought to you by Hustler 604. Other resources is Denver 7 and Denver Post. So, welcome everybody. How's everybody doing? Let's get in this chat real quick. I'm glad everybody can hear me. I had issues with my audio. It was set to not allow my camera or anything else, so that's why we're doing this. But all right, now that I got people in here, let's see. All right, guys, without further ado, let's play this video.
$4 million in damages. That's the verdict from a Denver jury to hold the city. $4 million in damages. That's the verdict from a Denver jury to hold the city and a Denver police officer responsible in a police shooting. Michael Valdez was the passenger in this pickup during a high-speed chase back in 2013. Valdez was unarmed but was shot by an officer and severely injured. Now, eventually, all charges against him were dropped. Now, records show a jury found the officer used excessive force, and the city of Denver should be held liable for failure to train. I sat down with Valdez's attorney tonight, who said his client's been fighting for justice for almost 9 years.
This is an indication that things need to change, or the city of Denver is going to end up paying a lot of money for this kind of misconduct.
$2.4 million. Is
Right.
that a substantial judgment?
It's huge. It's huge. It's huge for the taxpayers who end up, paying these judgments, and it's huge for Mr. Valdez because this will hopefully change his life.
In a statement to Denver 7, the city attorney's office says they are still reviewing the case to determine next legal steps. The jury ordered the city to pay $2.4 million in damages. The officer who shot Valdez, Sergeant Robert Motica, owes $131,000. $2.4 million.
So there you guys have it. Another lawsuit for the taxpayers. All right, so let's get into it. Jury awards $2.5 million to an unarmed man shot in back by Denver police in 2013. A jury awarded a Denver mayor more than 2.5 million in damages. I think they're also including the $131,000 that was that the individual sergeant actually has to pay as well. So after concluding, a police officer used excessive force in 2013 when he shot the man in the back. In the back, y'all. That's fucking cowardly. Um, just wrong. Period. In the back, while the man was lying face down on the ground with his hands on his head. The jury awarded the damages to Michael Valdez late last month after a 9-day jury trial in the U.S. District Court of Colorado. Valdez filed a lawsuit against the city and 5 individual police officers in 2015. 2 years after the shooting, that Valdez, sorry, got a notification. 2 years after the shooting, that Valdez with amputated finger injuries to his bowels and multiple fractures in his back. That's horrible. It's really, really horrible. Valdez's attorney later focused on the lawsuit. One officer, Sergeant Robert Montica, and dismissed the claims against the other Denver officers. The jury found that Matica's excessive force validated Valdez's constitutional rights, and the city failed to properly train Montica. Officer training is, and quote, officer training is from the Denver police. Officer training is taken seriously in Denver. Jacqueline Davis, the spokesman for the Denver City Attorney's Office, said in a statement, the city is still reviewing the case to determine its next legal steps. Davis noted in her statement, unquote, Davis noted in her statement that Montica could not participate in the first week of trial due to COVID restrictions, but did not elaborate when asked to provide more details. Court records show Montica tested positive for COVID-19 on September 8th, and that the judge declined to reschedule the trial that began September 13th. The juries in their September 23rd verdict awarded $131,000 in damages against Montica and $2.4 million against Denver. Davis also did not answer questions about whether the city would pay the damages against Montica, who was sued as an individual and represented by the city's attorneys throughout the case. Valdez on January 16th accepted a ride from a friend without knowing that the friend and the red truck he was driving were wanted by Denver police. The lawsuit states Valdez was in the truck with his friends and 3 officers when police began to pursue the truck. Police said that the people inside the truck fired pursuing officers. Valdez had a helpless victim during the chase and had no part in. Valdez was a helpless victim during the case and had no part in the alleged crime in which his friend was wanted, according to the lawsuit. The driver crashed the truck, and Valdez exited the vehicle with his hands in the air in a few minutes after the crash. He lay down on the ground with his arms extended, but moved his hands to his head when gunfire began. One of the people in the truck fired at officers, injuring Montica, and officers returning fire. One of the people in the truck, John Montejo, was shot and killed by police. Montica shot Valdez in the back during the shootout, and unidentified officer shot him in the finger. When the lawsuit was filed 2 years later, Valdez still struggled to walk and endured constant pain. Denver prosecutors charged Valdez with several felonies, including attempted first-degree murder in connection to the incident, despite the fact that Valdez never possessed a weapon. Valdez could not post bail and was held in jail for more than 2 months. My goodness. In agonizing pain, his words, in agonizing pain without the use of his lower limbs until prosecutors dismissed all charges against him and lawsuit states. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. Police first described the incident as a rampage and said that all occupants in the truck displayed propensity for violence. The Denver Police Foundation in 2015 awarded Montica and the other officers on scene with commendations. That's sick. For their actions in the shooting. Montica was awarded the Denver Police Department's Medal of Honor. Wow. Valdez's attorney in their lawsuit pointed to a previous incident involving Montica as evidence that the city failed to train or failed to train or discipline its officers. Montica and their other Denver police officers were sued in 2011 for entering a home and wrongfully arresting an innocent people whom they incorrectly believed to be drug dealers. The alleged drug dealers had previously moved from the rental home, and the people the officers arrested were the new tenants. A jury awarded the family $1.8 million in that case. Denver's failure to properly hire, train, supervise, and discipline its officers was a moving force of the constitutional violations led hereon, and was direct and proximity cause of Mr. Valdez's injuries. The lawsuit filed by Valdez states, as I quote, as direct result of defendant's actions, Mr. Valdez suffered humiliation, emotional distress, loss of enjoyment of life, and other significant injuries, damages, and losses. End quote. So, whew, guys, this is that's pretty horrible. You know, that's really, 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 really horrible. And I mean, come on, man. That's just. I would like to thank again Hustler 604 for bringing me the story. Shouts out to you, brother. And appreciate you being here. Very, 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 very troubling. You know, I know Roy gets a lot of shit for their shit, but I feel that sometimes Denver is I feel like Denver sometimes is let off the hook, and you know, and that shouldn't be the case too, because they're corrupt. They're the biggest police department in Colorado, period. And so it's pretty disgusting. I wanted to get to the viewers real quick and shout everybody out. I apologize. Again, I like to. Okay, so Leslie's in the building. Steve Mazar, thank you, Stephen. I would like to also give a shout out to Stephen because he didn't have to, but he believes in what we do here, and he decided to take us to lunch, me and MLH. So I appreciate that, Stephen. Thank you for your kind gesture. And it was great to meet him. Great guy. Obviously, Hustler 604 in the building. Ross, Q Soul Denver, my guy. What's up? Harris County Audits, how are you? Miss B in the building. Love Miss B. Love you, Miss B. Let's see. What does that say? John 420, sorry. Bill B. Rocky. I think that says Marcano. I might be saying that wrong. I apologize if I am. Leslie, always love when Leslie's in the building. Thank you for being here. Go Fies, what's up? What's up? U.S. Supreme Court rulings are allowed the shooting of an unarmed perps in the back. You're right. It's just, it's really disgusting. I really don't understand. Let's see what. Let's see. Yeah. So I wanted to. Let's see. Hold on. Let's get back to it. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty disgusting, guys. We have to. And it's crazy because the situation happened in 2013. He filed it in 2015, and they're just now awarding him in 2021. So, guys, litigation, depending on how long it happened ago or whatever, it takes time. So, I know you guys want updates. I know, especially on my case and stuff like that, especially about the first arrest and all those. But litigation takes time. We have to wait. We're waiting just like you, and they try to fight it all the time and try to get things dismissed because they know they screwed up. And the thing is, it's it's wrong on so many levels. On so many levels. Hey, Miss Joyce, how are you? Excuse me. Yeah, so Miss B in the building. Justice delayed and justice denied. I would say so. I mean, he has a hard time. I know he has a hard time walking. I mean, they had to amputate his finger because it was shot. I mean, and I still don't even think 2.4 million. I mean, it's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. I don't even think that's good enough. I think the man deserves more. And those guys, and not only that, but I think the officers should be prosecuted. I just don't. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right at all. I really believe that it's incredibly wrong that they did that to this man, and it's. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. And it's just simply wrong. So, again, I'm gonna re-show the video just in case. I know some other people are coming in now, so I'm gonna re-show the video of what I was talking about. So.
$1 million in damages. That's the verdict from a Denver jury to hold the city and a Denver police officer responsible in a police shooting. Michael Valdez was the passenger in this pickup during a high-speed chase back in 2013. Valdez was unarmed, but was shot by an officer and severely injured. Now, eventually, all charges against him were dropped. Now, records show a jury found the officer used excessive force, and the city of Denver should be held liable for failure to train. I sat down with Valdez's attorney tonight, who said his client's been fighting for justice for almost 9 years.
This is an indication that things need to change, or the city of Denver is going to end up paying a lot of money for this kind of misconduct.
$2.4 million. Is
Right.
that a substantial judgment?
It's huge. It's huge. It's huge for the taxpayers who end up, paying these judgments, and it's huge for Mr. Valdez because this will hopefully change his life.
In a statement to Denver 7, the city attorney's office says they are still reviewing the case to determine next legal steps. The jury ordered the city to pay $2.4 million in damages. The officer who shot Valdez, Sergeant Robert Motica, owes $131,000.
And the thing is, and they said he's ordered to, so I'm assuming that but you know what? I don't know. Because the thing is, they could, well, at least for Sergeant Motica, he can possibly appeal to get that order reversed, maybe to the Supreme Court, because again, we don't have qualified fucking immunity, only in Colorado and a few other states. And it sucks because me as a taxpayer, I have to pay that. I'm home sleep or working or being just a great abiding citizen, and I have to fucking pay for somebody else's fuck up. And this is what they're not realizing. And if you really think about it, these lawsuits are going to defund the police. You know what I'm saying? So, they get pissed off when we say about defund the police, but they're doing it themselves with these damn lawsuits. They're doing it themselves. They're really doing it themselves, and that's the crazy thing. And it's just like, wow, like, really? Like, I know I'm sick of paying lawsuits. That shit is just getting annoying. It harms. So not only are they harming us physically, but they're also harming us financially. And it's not right to the taxpayers. The city budget includes funds for police misconduct. Okay. Still not right. Still not right. But who knows how many fucking lawsuits are in line? I know I'm about to have 2 here. I already got 1. I'm about to have 2, and then I'm gonna also have one with the war. It doesn't matter. It's hurting other people. I don't give a shit if it's in the budget or anything like that. It's wrong. It's still coming out of our pockets. We're having to pay for other like that. How is that? That's a fucked up ass democracy. Let's see if the people that are hired on to serve and protect, if they fuck up, we have to pay for it. What kind of, it's just wrong. Wrong on so many levels, Wrong on so many levels, man. It's just wrong. But yeah, the system is unsustainable. We need to end qualified immunity. I agree. But, I was never. We know we're all citizens. Again, I would like to thank Hustler 604. Thank you. I appreciate you for sending me this story. I'm a man about my word. And if anybody else have stories, send it to me in my email or you can maybe in my comment section or whatever, or videos. Can somebody put my one of my mods please post my email address? It is K-Dot at K. It's a K-Dot Copwatch at gmail.com. K-Dot Copwatch at gmail.com. If you guys have any videos you want me to look at or want me to react to or break down, please don't hesitate. Taxes have supported the torture and killing of puppies. Right. DJ K.100. All day, man. Appreciate you. And so this says less than 1% of the lawsuits successful. They are playing the odds. The House wins. Right. And like I said, that George, it's just sitting on the desk, just sitting there rotting. That's why it's imperative that we get the George Floyd Act passed to ending qualified immunity. So this is my email, k.copwatch@gmail.com. Please write it down, because if you have anything to send me, and I'll make sure to cover it, play it, or however you want me to do it. I'll make sure it gets known. Also, still trying to find out more information about this, the Christina Nance case as well. The family of Christina Nance is not buying that she just walked in and just into the van and just died. They're not buying that bullshit. And not only that, but you can't get a clear depiction of the actual video. And not only that, the dates don't even match up, which he actually stated. The time or the dates match up on the video. Figure that, right? Go figure that. Did you read my email, WC? Okay. It wasn't for me. Yes, he did. He was never here. Go find you bring up a valid point. The courts are part of the problem as well. Absolutely. I agree. 100%. They definitely need who holds judges and shit accountable. Yes, please email me, please. If you go out there and just happen to see a traffic stop or some type of negative engagement, or even a positive engagement with police, send it to me. I want to see it. I want to hear from you guys. k.copwatch@gmail.com. Don't hesitate to send me anything. And I read my my emails religiously. So she was a frequent visitor at the jailhouse. She was. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she was also an activist too, if I'm not mistaken. Judges aren't in cahoots with police. And you know what? And this is how, like, for instance, remember the lady, the judge who gave 10 years to the lady who killed the black man, forgot his name, I apologize, who is simply the officer that went into the wrong department and shot a black man while he was in the damn boxers and eating ice cream in Texas. The police also financed her campaign as far as when it came to the election, because she was an elected official. So you gotta watch out for these people. So that when you guys are voting, guys got to really pay attention to. You got to really do your homework on the background of these district attorneys, these different these different court judges. You know, your local representatives. Who is sponsoring me? What companies are? You know, um, I don't really I don't really trust a lot of people, these politicians, especially if they're, you know, sponsored by corporate interests, you know, corporate elite people. So it's crazy. Judges are immune; their peers suspended them. Psst, man, you ain't lying. Rights are not based on the law. The law can authorize any violation of rights there is. You ain't lying. It's been done from the beginning of time. She tried to get her charges dropped. I think she did. Or and I think she's still trying to get a lesser sentence. But honestly, to tell you the truth, I think she's gonna do a cold 5, and you know she's gonna get good behavior, and they're gonna let her out. So Mrs. Mack put up a video that will blow your mind. I'm gonna have to check that out. Right, Laura World Order. Some with the Robert Buttle case. All right. Stray Dog the Exposer, what's up, man? Yeah, but I just, you know, again, uh, my prayers go out, and I'm still sending healing energy to this man, Michael Valdez. That I hope, you know, the money somewhat is a bit of a comfort to where it will change his lifestyle, and I hope he speaks about it. You know, I hope, you know, he goes around and speaks about his trials and tribulations, and you know maybe his story can help other people. You know, God used him, um, I feel, in a way that he can help people. So, yes, he is. You damn right. Stray Dog is the legend. As a matter of fact, go subscribe to Stray Dog, the Exposer. That's my guy. And he also did a video. Now his state uh, uh, banned qualified immunity. So I believe he was like, I believe it was the second one. We were the first one to ever have that particular reform. But yeah, somebody can put his link down there in the comment section. I appreciate it. Go subscribe to him. He does great work. Okay, great work, and a huge fan of his channel. He does great work. So I appreciate him being here, and he's always been very supportive of me. So I appreciate that. Yeah, guys. Interview Valdez. I, you know what? I'm gonna try to. That's a great idea. If anybody can, I'm gonna try to reach out to him. If anybody can see if you can get an interview with your boy, I would love to. I would love to interview him and get his thoughts and on what happened and what we can do as a community to support him. You know, is there anything that we can do to get his story out there even more? I'm willing to do it. So no problem. No problem, man. I mean every word of it. And here's his channel, guys. Go subscribe. Tell him I sent you. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to find him. I would love to do an interview with him, and another person I would love to do an interview with. I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was like 2 or 3 Octobers ago. I think it was October 10th to be exact. No, October 10th of 2019 exactly. So it was a few years ago. About Aurora police shot a man he was inside of his own home, didn't announce themselves. They just started shooting through the window because he had a shotgun. But he had a previous altercation with, I believe it was a roommate or something like that, or an ex-friend, I don't know. And he thought he was coming back to retaliate against him. So again, a man is allowed to protect his home. So, they didn't announce themselves or anything like that. And so I'd love to do an interview with him and Kyle Vincent. So if, if anybody can help me try to get an interview with him, I would love to speak to him. And not only that, but I want to advocate for him and let him know that he definitely has a friend in the A1 community, and we're doing our due diligence to make sure that he's good. Yes, yeah, Kyle Vincent would definitely be a good one. Yeah. Hey, Michael, no worries, no problem. We're just talking about the 2.5 million that Michael Valdez was awarded. He was shot in his back in 2013. A friend of his picked him up in a red pickup truck. The red pickup truck ended up being stolen, and I think it was like a high speed chase, and eventually the truck was shot up, and Valdez was hit. He was the innocent victim in all of this. So, if the average life expectancy is 75 years old, if killed by police at 25 years old, families should be paid $50 million. I agree. $1 million a year left of the average life expectancy. I agree. 100% I agree. I totally agree with that. So, yeah, so again, I would like to thank Hustler 604 for providing us this story. With a I don't want to say happy ending, because again, he's still struggling as far as his body movements and all those type of things. I'll call it a justice ending, because he's still alive and he's still able to enjoy the money and help his family at the end of the day. So I appreciate it, Hustle 604, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, if anybody, again, if you guys want me to preview a story or anything like that, I will talk about it. And just let me know. But again, guys, if you guys want to support and you love what I do, you love what we do, I would love your support. Please click the link on the Cash App. It's in my description also, and or PayPal at $DJ KDOT123 $DJ K.123 and my Cash App, so we can again, build and keep building and keep building a better platform for you guys. Yeah, he lived. He's still alive. Yeah, he's still alive. Yep, sure did. By the grace of God, literally by the grace of God, he still lived. He still lived. So, hey, Alan B, how are you? Also, what do y'all think? I think there's been a couple of, you know what? I'm gonna try to pull that up real quick. There's a few people. I guess I don't really care. Like to play keyboard thugs on the comment section. So I want to give you the opportunity to speak on my show. If that's how you really feel. But the only but here's the stipulations. You can't come on here and not show your face. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? That I bring, I'm gonna have an all smoke show. All my haters, they feel like they need to speak, or don't like my tone, or don't like the way I do things. I'm inviting you to the show. Again, my email is k.copwatch@gmail.com. You're more than welcome to come on my show, but make sure you come with facts. Don't bring your emotions. Come with facts. And you got to show your face, or I won't let you up. Simple as that. Would y'all enjoy a show like that? Matter of fact, I even want if you're a police officer and you don't like what I do, because I think a lot of these haters be really, or these trolls be police officers. I could be wrong, but I think a lot of them are police officers hiding. We want you to show your face. If you really about that life, come on my show and show your face and say whatever you have to do. But I promise you will not out debate me. You won't out debate me, because what you're going to bring is emotions and feelings and all those type of things. And what I'm going to kill that with is facts and information and statistics and data. That's what I'm going to bring. That's just what it is, That's just what it is. And a lot of haters don't like the way how I talk to police, and even I even got a comment on the positive interaction that I had with police. Matter of fact, I'll even read one of them. Let's see. Dalton Sims. DALTONSIMS. I don't even know if that's a real name. I invite you to the show. He said, or she said, I don't know. See, these videos would be so much better if you wouldn't act so arrogant and entitled. First of all, you're gonna have to prove how if I'm arrogant, and what am I entitled about? If you're talking about accountability from civil servants, I think everybody who pays their goddamn taxes and who are law-abiding citizens are entitled to have great service given to them. So I want to know what you mean by that. And the thing is, and then the thing is, it's just like you come in my comment section with insults and all this bullshit, but don't want to have a conversation about it. You just want to come and just start shooting the shit. But when I rebuttal and clap back, then you want to play victim. Or then you want to change your attitude and be like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have did that. I probably was out of line. I'm just saying, I think you should, no. If you have a disagreement of what I do, I have no problem with that. I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. But I want you to bring your facts, Miss B. I'll debate you, DJ K. All right, Miss B. I love Miss B. Yeah. Come with it. I'm ready. I stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready. You understand me? Straight like that. I stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready. I just do. There's a few more. Oh, this jackass. Ramez Tavares. He says, you play stupid games and you win stupid prizes. Can't believe people like you breathe the same air as me. Get the fuck out. So let's be clear. You're not a tough guy. Okay? You're not. So bring that same smoke. I want that same fucking energy when I debate you and make you look stupid. Okay? So anybody has an issue with me, I'll set up a date. I'll probably even set it up for next month. Maybe in the middle of next month or something like that. So we'll give enough time for people to have their arguments and shit together. They're deranged arguments. And we can go about it that way. And then I'm going to smoke you with facts. So, but again, I encourage you to come up here respectfully and let's have a conversation. You don't like what I do? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it. If anybody would be interested in the smoke show, I'm gonna call it Big Smoke. Big Smoke. As far as former officers, current officers, or just bootlickers to come on this show to state their grievances, would y'all watch it? Give me a 1 if you would support that. Give me a 1 if you would support that. I want to know how y'all feel on that. Would y'all want to see that? Let's see. Everyone pays taxes. If you rent, a portion of your rent goes to taxes. Eat at a fast food place. Yeah, restaurant taxes. Do your purchase clothes, shoes, taxes? Do you buy gasoline? Yeah, I don't give a shit if it was if it was if you buy some bubble gum. Yeah. Yeah, so give me a 1 if you guys will support the Big Smoke show. That's what we're gonna call it, the Big Smoke. All right, 604, we'll do. Put a 1 in the comments. Put a 1 in the comments, y'all. If y'all would support the Big Smoke show, so we can handle these bootlickers like we supposed to. Put a 1 in the comment section. Kay Stevenson, how are you? Good to see you. I'm glad you're in here. All right, we got ones. Let's get them ones. Let's get. Oh, if you're here, please click the like button, please, 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 so we can get this education out to other people. But if you want the Big Smoke show, Big Smoke, put ones in the air. All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so we're gonna do it then. Struck by lightning, Teresa P. How are you? Thank you for being here. Yep. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want. I'm gonna give y'all what you need. You know. All right. We got a lot of ones. All right. There we go. Stray dogs here for it. Yeah. Put them ones. Put them ones up. Put them ones up. All right. Then we're gonna do that. Big Smoke. Big Smoke. I will. So I want you guys to pay attention to the community page and maybe to the shorts. I will announce it in that particular form. Okay. So pay attention to the community page because I will announce it, the date and time will now have that. Now, I can't make anybody come. I can't make anybody come to the show. But if they really about that life and they want to have that debate on the Big Smoke show, we'll have that. I'll have all the time. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. The Big Smoke show. That's what we're going to do. Anyone catch the $88 million settlement? Ooh. The DOJ came to with the families from the 2015 and I believe it meant 2016 shooting victims from North Carolina. No, I did not hear about that. That's what's up. I get it, typo. I do it all the time. Yeah, man, we're gonna do that. All right, guys. I got things to do today. I got I'm still a DJ. Also, would y'all also be interested? Because I get a lot of times like, bro, are you really a DJ? Yes, I am really a DJ. I would like to play y'all some music. You know what I'm saying? Some R&B, some hip hop, some classics, you know. Would y'all be interested in me doing getting a little crazy on the ones and twos for y'all on the stream? What can I get a 1 for that? Would y'all be interested in that? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Because I did it once. I did do it once. And we had a great time. We had a great time. People were jamming, putting fire emojis and all of that type stuff. Okay. Yeah, because I want to expand the channel a little bit. I want to entertain y'all in my field as well as besides just being an activist. Maybe one day we'll rent a place and have an auditor bash and you DJ. That'd be dope, right? You know what? What I really want? I want one day that it'll be an auditor award show and it's broadcast. That would be dope because a lot of these veteran auditors need their flowers. You know what I'm saying? Ellie, how are you? How are you, love? Thank you for being here. Harris County in the building. She said she would be interested. Yeah, so I would love to do that for you guys. You know, I'm a big R&B head. I love R&B, especially old school R&B. You know, allow me to entertain you. You know, so I would love to do that for you guys. I'm setting up a couple of more interviews. Yes, ma'am, I am well. I appreciate you, Ellie. I really do. Um, I don't really like cops. I really don't. No, I don't really like how cops talk to me. I've never been treated with respect by a cop, even though I was the one calling for them to do their job um and help. I agree. I agree. Oh, you know what? You know who I really would like to interview? I would like to interview We the People University. He is he's doing great work over there. Um and that dude is amazing. He used to be a former cop and sheriff. And there's a video I want you guys to check out. Uh, uh, why he explains uh, why he left the whole police department, um, and why he does what he does uh, as of now. This guy, We the People, he's up to 50.4K subscribers. That's what's up. He's only done 44 videos, but he had this dude is incredible. This dude is absolutely incredible. I want you guys to check out this video here, because he explains. It's a bit lengthy, but Uh, he explains the reason why he quit, and I think you guys really do need to pay attention because he gives insight on why he does, and he basically states in the long story short, um, is that their their academy doesn't hardly teach you about the Constitution. It's about how to protect yourself, the self defense, defense mechanisms, and basically they teach a culture of the people. It's us versus them, you know. Unfortunately, so I want you to go support this brother. Um, he's doing great work over there. And how he first actually discovered our community. Um, uh, how he That's right. Free the guy. Free the guy. Free Herb Freeman. Um, how he discovered our community was actually Big Nick. So I'm gonna play a little bit of what he says, and just for you guys to go over to his channel and subscribe because this guy is amazing. He really is, and I appreciate this dude. So let me play a bit.
Police officer, former sheriff. Welcome back to We the People University. My name is Abaya Israel, former police officer, former sheriff deputy. Open up, police. All right, so today we're not dealing with any particular police department. We're dealing with my personal experience. Over, I don't know how many videos I have up right now. But on every video I've uploaded, even when I did a couple live streams, someone always seems to ask the question, why did you quit law enforcement? Or the other main question is always, how is it that police don't know the law? And so I want to share with you guys just, my personal experience. This is not a heavily edited video. This is not something that's rehearsed. I'm just going to give you just the honest truth. My experience, what I dealt with, what I learned, why I left, um, what I did not learn, which was a lot. And so, man, first things first, I'll just walk you guys down my history. Um, I started off as a paramedic, EMT. In the state of Florida, you got to go EMT. Then once you finish EMT, you have to go to paramedic school, and I did that process. And I was a paramedic. Really didn't want to go too far into the medical field. I kind of got burnt out on that part pretty quickly. And so I transitioned to law enforcement. You know, my entire family is either military or they work in the medical field. And I was the first one to go into law enforcement. You know, we were in some type of career where we were helping someone. And so why not law enforcement? Well, I guess it's a good reason or a good answer to why not law enforcement. So I make this transition, and I'm gun ho. I'm naive. I'm younger. You know, I'm not a kid or anything, but I'm younger than I am now. I'm 40 years old. I'll be 41 next week. You know, at this time, how old am I? I'm 33. You know, 32, 33. And so I'm going into law enforcement, and I'm excited. You know, I learned quickly it's not what I thought it was going to be. I learned that just coming right into it. Um, I learned that you policing and being a part of community policing uh, was a fairy tale. Now, why did I even think that was true to start with? Because you can look at the history of policing and you see what's happening all around, right? But I actually knew, what I believe to be. I know a lot of people may disagree and say there's no such thing as good police, but I believe I knew some good police officers. Some guys when I was a kid, and they would actually check on the neighborhood kids. They wouldn't pull up and just harass us. They would stop and get out and ask us, "Hey, how are you doing?" It wasn't an investigation. They would come out and shoot the basketball with us, throw the football with us. You know, ask us about our grades in school. I knew some officers like that, so I didn't have the outlook. Although I grew up in the area where most people, you would think that most people would have the outlook uh, of police in a negative light. But there were some good guys, I believe. So, there was some hope, at least I thought. And so finally, I'm taking this journey into policing. But all right, so let's start with the academy. All right, and I'm gonna try and make this really short because the academy story is pretty short. It's not a lot, that we learned in the academy, which you guys already know that. I'm just going to confirm that right now. It's not a lot. So what did we actually learn in the academy? Self-defense, defensive tactics. How often did we go over the Constitution? Hardly ever. What we were taught is, hey, he ran a stop sign. Oh, well, that person ran a red light. So I knew how to write a ticket. I knew how to stop you and get your information. I knew all of this stuff. Now, I'll be honest. While in the academy, I thought it was normal. I thought, okay, well, yeah, I mean, we're supposed to do this. You did run a stop sign. You did run a red light. So we do need to stop you, either cite you or give you a warning and tell you not to do it anymore. Little did I know, it was so much more to it. It's a lot more to it. And the problem was we were always defensive tactics. It was always hands on. Um, I'm very well trained, hands on, hand combat, right? I was very well trained in that. But what I was poorly trained in was the Constitution. Of course, everybody knows about the First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, certain amendments, right? I read on a study one time that 37% of people in the United States can't even give you what the First Amendment is about. maybe they have a general idea, but they really can't tell you. But hey, my understanding was citizens, right? So, but the police, we should definitely know, but they never taught us that. Um, I'll tell you a quick story before I go deeper into the academy. I'm gonna kind of go backwards a little bit. Well, skip ahead, then I come back to the academy. While on patrol one night, it was an extremely slow night. Nothing's happening. It's late. I circled the city a million times, at least my zone a million times. Nothing's going on, and so I I stop. And when you see cars in the parking lot, let's be honest, we're probably on the phone. There's nothing happening. We're bored, which a lot of times when you see police officers just harassing people, it's because they're bored. I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. Me, I decided to watch YouTube one night. Right? Taxpayers are going to get our tax dollars. I know how it goes. Trust me, I know. But hey, I'm telling you the truth. I decided to watch YouTube one night, and I came across a video of this guy, and he was, harassing police officers. He was harassing police officers, and he was going up to them, and he was asking them questions, and I'm like, wow, this is different. But this guy, he was, to my understanding, harassing police officers. So he was asking them questions about policy and about the Constitution, and talking about the public, and I'm a little lost. I'm like, what in the world, you know? And so I'm like, okay, and what I'm seeing now is these police officers that he's approaching, they can't answer the questions. Some of them would just get upset. Some of them couldn't respond. Some of them would just leave them be. They couldn't answer the questions. Now later, I learned that that guy was Big Nick, South Florida Accountability. I had no clue what a 1A auditor was. I had no clue of any of this stuff. I was like, oh my god, this is different. I had no clue. And so I'm watching this video, and my supervisor comes by, and me, I'm just watching the video. I don't think to turn it off or try and hide it. It's a video. It's interesting. I'm interested at how, why these officers don't know, the questions, don't know the answers to the questions that this guy is asking. And what I noticed is that there were a few answers that I didn't know as well. So
hey,
that
Sweet
bothered
Pea,
me
how are you?
because I'm the type of person, I like to be able to know something so well I can explain it to you inside out, backwards, blindfolded. But if I don't know the information, I can't do that. So it bothered me that I didn't know the answer to a few of those questions. He was asking several questions. So my supervisor, he comes up and he sees Big Nick on my phone, and he hears Big Nick, and I'm deemed. Maybe he was joking, maybe he was serious. I don't know, but you're a traitor. I'm like, what are you talking about? Mind you, I don't know what a 1A auditor is. It's my first time. Like, what is that? So
Now he said, you heard what he said. He said, you're a traitor. Oh, he was serious. He was dead ass serious. He probably said it in a joking manner, but he was dead serious. Remember, because they have a culture. A culture. It's a game.
he said you're a traitor, but he says it with a laugh, But he later explains, yeah, those guys are just trouble, and they go around and they start trouble, and they just trying to get a lawsuit and all type of stuff, right? Oh, okay. So I'm like, oh, really? So naive. Okay, cool. They're trouble. So let's go back to the academy. I just want to put that out there. I had no clue what this was, but remember I told you that I was watching Big Nick, and my supervisor caught me watching Big Nick. By the way, Big Nick, if you ever come across this video, thank you. You got me in trouble. I'm joking. So now we're in the academy. We're learning what I think we're supposed to learn. And that's defensive tactics. Again, well trained, hand to hand. I can defend myself. Very accurate shooter. I can shoot a gun well. Why? We did a lot of that. But I came out of the academy not knowing your basic rights. I came out of the academy not knowing if I saw you on a sidewalk recording me doing my
Hey,
job,
American Amy.
that you have every right to do that. I didn't know that. A lot of these officers don't know that. And what I tell people is this, that you see officers violating the rights of citizens all the time. Some of them are doing it on purpose because they do know, but many are not doing it on purpose. They really don't know. Now, I've never had the situation where someone recorded me and I had, oh, hey, you stop, don't record me. I never had that situation. But if it had happened, I truly would not have known that, yo, that's lawful. I would not have known that. Guess what? I don't know at that time, I didn't know what an easement was. I didn't know, hey, private property, public property. We were never taught any of that stuff. The only thing we were taught about private property is what tickets we can and could not, what tickets we could or could not write on private property. That's it. Nothing else. No more details. The Fourth Amendment, unreasonable searches and seizures. We listen. If you have probable cause, then search them. But we really didn't have a good understanding what probable cause is. When I came out of the academy, I really didn't understand fully reasonable articulable suspicion versus probable cause. All right, I didn't understand that fully. So these things were just the Fifth Amendment. Yeah, I know the Miranda. I know we read you this, that you have the right to remain silent. But if I ask you a question and you say I'm not going to answer any questions, at that time I would have been puzzled. I'm like, what do you mean you're not going to answer questions? So what I'm really saying is this: we really didn't go through details of the Constitution. And the reason I named those three, First, Fifth, even the Second Amendment, because that's a problem as well. Especially in an open carry state, you see someone walking and they're openly carrying, and you approach them like it's a problem, but that's their right. So with these, amendments, we did not really deal with them.
213, how you doing?
And so now that I'm out, I'm in
Anthony.
I'm in field training.
How are you, sir?
I'm in field training. So what motivated
Carl,
me
what's
to start
up?
learning what I did not learn in the academy? Because in short, we learned nothing besides defensive tactics. My trainer, my field training officer, was a complete asshole. That's what it was. He was an asshole. I did not like him. I did not want to be around him. I did not want to ask him any questions, because every question I would ask him, hey, how do I do this? Or what does this mean? Or what about this law? It was always a snobby answer and a snobby remark. So I just didn't want to deal with it. So it prompted me to start reading. I started reading. And so I just read and I read and I read and I read. And I'm starting to learn more. I still have a lot more to learn, but I'm starting to learn more. Now that I'm reading so much, he makes a remark to me, and I'm gonna get to the point. I know I don't just be a slow, long drawn out video, but he makes a remark to me. He goes, I've never had a trainee that reads as much as you do. Literally, he knows the only reason I read so much is because I just didn't want to ask him any questions. I did not like the guy, So I read, but it helped me to learn certain things that we never covered in the academy, like certain case laws. In the academy, the only thing we really studied for was to pass a test, and that was it. We didn't put a whole lot of effort into it. So again, one last time, when you see officers on the street violating your rights, chances are they really don't know they're doing it. Now, again, I want to put this out there. There are plenty who do know they're doing it, but there are chances that some officers just don't know. Which leads me to my next point: qualified immunity. I've received that question quite often. What do I think about it?
Spooky Press, what's up? Thank you.
I think it's a contradiction, because for you, ignorance of the law is no excuse. For an officer, ignorance of the law equals qualified immunity. It's a contradiction. Hardly ever in any situation I would say that should actually be a thing. It should exist. I wouldn't say do away with it 100%, but I think it should truly be on a case-by-case basis. And I'll tell you why I say that, because I'm going to tell you a story about, if you hang around long enough, I'm going to tell you the story about how.
So I'll stop it just for a little bit. American Amy, this is We the People University. He's actually a former sheriff, former cop. I forgot what department he did state it in the beginning. But this dude is amazing. He's basically definitely on the people's side. He actually quit because he um seen some things that he didn't want to see, and he thought he was also romanticized about policing. So he's just explaining why he quit, and so I please I suggest you please go subscribe to his channel. Everybody go subscribe to this guy's channel. If somebody could put a link for me on this channel, We the People University, if y'all can find his channel and put the link, one of my mods, please. Thank you. And back to it.
I put my job on the line to help a man get out of jail, and I thought I was going to be fired that night, but surprisingly, I wasn't. So qualified immunity, I think it's a contradiction, and it shouldn't exist in the form or the way that it exists now. It should be a board of individuals who would sit down and figure out, should we allow this to apply to you in this particular situation? Should you have
right,
known
Amy?
this? Why do you not know this? You know, and when it comes to the Constitution,
Thank you,
anything in
Kay
that Constitution
Stevenson.
that you do,
Thank you for subbing.
that you
Tell him I sent you though.
that
That
was
put in his comments.
violating any of those amendments, I don't think qualified immunity should be applied to that particular officer, because you swear an oath to something that you do not know. Law enforcement means you are enforcing laws. You are enforcing.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good,
some things that you have no clue of, but yet you're falsely swearing, saying, I will enforce it. It's impossible for you to enforce it if you don't know what it is. So really quickly, to sum it up, cops just don't know the law. It is what it is.
Pegs Place, how are you?
Academies, 6 months. You know, if you go to like a hairstylist school, it's like 2 years, and everybody knows this, but
Yeah.
academy is 6 months. Check this out. In the state of Georgia, you actually have academies that are 3 months, right? Look, I am not making this up. You can look it up. You have very, very short academies in the state of Georgia. Maybe in other states as well, but I know about Georgia. One thing I didn't like was the us versus them attitude. I kept hearing us versus them, and verbatim, us versus them. And I'm like, I didn't know inside it was us versus them. I've seen things around the country. I've seen things on TV, and it made sense while I was there. Like, this is why things are happening the way they're happening, because the mentality, the culture, everything is us versus them. There is no let's go protect and serve. It's us versus them. And that was something.
Hey, somebody, if we can I have a mod drop a link to his channel in the comment section, please? I appreciate it.
Something I couldn't really allow myself to get into. You know, I don't speak about these things on this channel, but I'm a spiritual person. You know, I believe in God. I believe God watches everything that I do. So therefore, for me to have a us versus them mentality, I don't think that God would actually really like that. Now, this is not to convert anybody, whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God. I do, and that's the way I feel. And so therefore, that's something that helps me to stay in a straight line and monitor my own behavior. And so I couldn't deal with the us versus them mentality. I would come to work, and in the patrol room, everybody would be like, you know, at the end, yeah, let's go make an arrest. Woo. And then this big football huddle, like, you know, excitement. I'm like, you know, if anything, you know, that's paperwork. It's extra time. Like, I would literally try and find a way. Listen, I'll get quick story. I had a guy who, and it was me and 3 other officers. We were trying to get something to eat. And officers do not have to make an arrest. We can actually use discretion in certain cases, you know, and we don't always have to make an arrest.
Thank you, Elsa604. This is the link to his channel.
This is me, it's my call. I'm trying not to arrest
Subscribe right now.
For 45 minutes trying to get him a ride home. He's intoxicated. He could have went to jail for public intoxication and a slew of other things. But I'm trying to get him a ride home. Why? Because it's not my primary goal to take you to jail. I don't get any extra pay if you go to jail. But when you wake up the next morning, now you're more sober. It's like, oh God, it's like sitting in the principal's office. Once you're there, you can think of a million things you could have done not to be there. So I don't want you to have that sitting in the principal's office type idea. So or feeling. So I'm trying to get him to go home, or find him a ride home or something.
Okay,
But
I'm gonna see. I know I can do it on my phone, but I don't know if I can do it.
Unfortunately, he did end up going to jail. But the point I'm trying to make
see if I can.
It's not my first.
Hold on, sweetie.
It's not my main priority to take you to jail. I don't get any benefit out of that, but a lot of guys do. It's a thrill for a lot of guys. It's excitement. It's how many did you get today? I don't get off on that. It doesn't do anything for me. That was something that I couldn't deal with either. The power trip, a badge and a gun will turn, and excuse if this is offensive to anybody, but a badge and a gun will turn the biggest coward into the biggest hero. And what do I mean? The biggest coward without that badge and without that gun couldn't defend himself without that badge and gun.
Did you hear that? That came from the horse's mouth. Former officer, former sheriff, deputy. That proves he said it himself. He said it himself.
But once he puts it on, now all of a sudden he's Superman. And he acts like Superman or the evil Superman. Why? Because it's a power trip. And I really don't like power trips. I don't like guys that are on power trips. Now, mind you, I'm in a place I'm surrounded by guys like this. But I don't like it was never me. I could never get down with it. So what I did, I'm at one department and I'm not feeling the culture. I go to a different department. Maybe this one would be better. I actually work for 3 different departments. And if I had to pick, I would say the first department was the best as far as the culture because it wasn't as bad as the others, but the last 2 were pretty bad. It was a very, very strong us versus them mentality, a very strong power trip. I'm going to be the man and you're just nobody. Citizens are nobody. Yeah, and that drives me crazy. Another quick story. I'm on scene. I'm at a hotel. I won't mention the hotel in the video, but we're at a famous hotel chain.
Happy birthday, Shantae.
16 years old. Don't you think you should be loosening the reins?
This is the stage.
Chain. And the front desk wants the people upstairs occupying the room, they want them out. Me and another officer, we go up, we're talking to them. They're obviously upset. They're frustrated. They want their money back. They're screaming. They're yelling. I'm able to talk to them. I do believe that God gave me the ability to talk to people. You don't have to talk down or talk trashy to people to get them to listen to you. I'm able to talk to these people and they're just calming down and I'm like, I let them know I'm not here to give you a hard time. This is their request. And we talk and they understand and I'll go talk to them about and let them know that you want your money back because as a paying customer, you have every right, you got rights as well. And so I'm just trying to play the mediator. And lo and behold, here comes one of the super cops. He comes on scene and everything goes back haywire and out of control. Why? Just because of his attitude and his approach. I hate these super cops who I couldn't stand when super cops showed up on my scene. They would make my job a lot harder. And I was frustrated with going to work. Like, man, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to work with these guys. I would like to have a career or a job where when I go to work, I'm okay with going to work. I don't want to go to work and have to feel like, man, I don't like these guys or working with these guys. And that was what was happening because I didn't like the attitudes. So I'm really learning this police culture. It's really not. Welcome. This is not how I operate. This is not how I operate in my everyday life. Let me tell you the story about the guy I helped get out of jail. And then I'm going to tell you the story about Big Nick. Again, Big Nick, if you ever see this video, you got me in trouble. I'm joking. And then I'm going to tell you why I quit, why I walked away. All
right, you're going to have to go to his channel on that. I just wanted to show y'all, just give y'all a brief preview of what he does and how a hell of an amazing person he is. Somebody drop that link one more time to his channel real quick. I'm gonna try to 604, if you can drop that link one more time. I would appreciate it. I'm gonna try to find it. We the People University. That's who he is. An awesome individual. I would love him. I would love to interview him. I'm gonna try to make that happen. He has about a little bit over 50,000 subscribers. Okay, there we go. There is the link. Please click on the link. Please click on the link. All right, guys. That's today's show. Again, thank you for everybody who attended the show today. Please, if you love what we do, please donate to the channel so we can make it bigger and better. And talk about other issues. We're also going to be talking about. I wanted to expand the channel a little bit more of a thought process. I want to bring definitely some local artists to interview. I definitely want to DJ for you guys on this channel because it is the DJ channel. And I'm going to be bringing some more activists that I'm going to be interviewing, more political figures, and hopefully some former police. But yeah, I want y'all to go ahead and support the big. So next month I'm going to be doing the Big Smoke show. Anybody who's a hater or a troll or anything like that, doesn't like the way I audit or doesn't like the way I do cop watching, it's still a big fuck you. But I at least want to hear what you got to say and make your own your own opinions be broadcast and see where we go with that. But Big Smoke, that's going to be another form of a show. Go DJ is my I love you, Amy. You the best. But yeah, let's do that. If any, like I said, any bootlicker that got an issue with DJ K Dot, come on the show, talk your shit. I will announce the show on on the community page. Okay, I will announce the show date and time, so make sure you definitely don't want to miss that. But then again, this is an invitation for all the haters that doesn't like DJ K Dot. Come on the show, talk your shit, but you better no, I'm gonna talk my shit right back, and you better have facts to come with it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be called the Big Smoke Show, DJ K Dot. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you guys would want to see that. Love you, sweet peas. Appreciate you, Hustler. And I did check my email, Hustler604. I got it. We're probably going to be talking about that tomorrow. I don't want to give that away. But I did get it. Yes, I did, and I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you. So look forward to tomorrow's show. It's going to be the K Dot Experience show. We're going to be talking about some other stuff, some other lawsuits that we have to pay. So you don't want to miss that show tomorrow. I love you guys. I can't do what I do without you guys. You guys are the absolute best. But I got bills to pay, so I got to go. So it's your boy DJ K Dot signing off. One. Love y'all.